Give you two quick examples today of documented mind control used against you and has been used against you in, say, the past 3 years so that you can understand this is real stuff. And this is called fifth generation warfare. Fifth generation warfare is a concept where the people waging war on you are aware that you would definitely notice tanks and guns and barbed wire and cruise missiles. So they say, let's not do that. Let's go take our enemy out, but use psychological manipulation, and we'll use that psychological manipulation to make the people literally remove themselves. And then also, not only do they accomplish the same goal where the enemy is removed, all the assets of the enemy are intact. See, conventional warfare, you walk into a country with guns and tanks and cruise missiles and infantry, well, the houses get blown up, the cars get blown up, everything's hidden, things are, there's holes dug and wealth stuck in the ground, and you can't find anything. This way, fifth generation warfare, if you can trick people to destroy themselves, not only is the enemy removed by their own hand, all their wealth is intact for you to theft. And of course, there's no Nuremberg trial, because what charges are you gonna lay? There's no legal groundwork for you making a charge against another person because they tricked you to kill yourself. And this is what this fifth generation warfare is all about. And I'll give you two quick examples. Fifth generation warfare, tricking you to do to yourself what they could never do by force, and that's why they do it. Something called the Milgram experiment, which you can look it up. Milgram, yes, Milgram, might be two L's in there. Maybe just one, I think it's just one. And it was to test someone's blind obedience to perceived authority. And you can get into the ins and outs of that experiment, but it was proven that one of the aspects that were proven is that if the person's wearing the white lab coat, through various other indoctrination pathways that we get exposed to in school, if the person was wearing a white lab coat, the research subjects would take the orders from the person in the white lab coat up to and including them potentially killing another human being. And so where does this white lab coat come into play in the last 3 years? Well, you might not remember, but the people organizing this horse and pony show certainly do, is at the very beginning, when Donald Trump was still in office and talking about the warp speed, the first 3 letters are war, pay attention to that. So when Trump would go visit the science, the science research labs, and guess who was there? Head actor, Tony Fauci. And he was wearing a white lab coat, which is there again to trigger this conditioning, to trigger this blind obedience. And that's why most of Fauci's stage performances in the very early portions of 2020 revolved around, seeing Anthony Fauci, a man that does really no clinical research, inside the clinical research lab. He's got the lab coat on, and that's there to trick you. That's number one. Second psychological manipulation technique is based on herd behavior. Humans are pack animals. They don't want to be in the minority. They get really scared when they're in the minority, and they usually, if you say they're in the minority, they really want to get to where the majority, where's the majority? I gotta be safe. Please let me know. I gotta get there. And this is all automatic. It's like your heartbeat. This search for the majority and avoiding the minority, this is all automatic inside your nervous system. So Justin Trudeau uses documented mind control techniques based on herd behavior when he says fringe minority with unacceptable views. He was given his script directly from mind control experts. Said, you go tell them, Justin, fringe minority, which means fringe means out on the outer limits of society. And the way this goes, the way human behavior is based on this pack animal instinct, there's no safety on the edge of the herd. Have you ever watched National Geographic? What happens to the zebras on the edge of the herd? The lion eats them. And they show you that too on purpose when you're a kid. That you got to be in the herd to be safe. And if you're kind of dangling outside, the lion or the cheetah, the leopard's gonna, bite you and take you down, and the hyenas will eat your entrails. So this is another example where it's a fringe minority. It wasn't a fringe minority, it's the majority. But they're not allowed to say the majority's against, because they know if there's ever a tip of the hat that the majority is rebelling, it's over. It's over instantly for them. So they always got to charge it and label it and document it as, it's not only the minority, fringe minority, the double impact, bang, 1-2 punch, fringe minority, there to manipulate you again, because you have a nervous system that automatically seeks out the majority. So there's your just two out of maybe 1,000 examples I could give you, how you've been manipulated only in the last 3 years. And probably 10,000 examples I could give you how you've been manipulated since the day you were born. If you want to learn more about these very interesting topics, get on my email list at jason@freedomfromselfsabotage.com. I'm also holding a live free Zoom event this Sunday titled Get Your Kids Out of Government School Now, and it's with unschooling expert Tasha Fishman, and myself will be giving a free talk. And if you also want to get invitation to that free talk, you can email me again at jason@freedomfromselfsabotage.com. And we did have a limit of 1,000 people, and now because of various problems we didn't know about, it's up to 1,700. So we cannot take any more than 3,000. That's the next tier in the Zoom hierarchy. So get in while you can, and come hang out with us. Come hang out with some like minds. Get in the majority. And come listen to us talk on this Sunday. Again, email me, jason@freedomfromselfsabotage.com. This is Jason Christoph signing off. Thank you for listening.